Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the AFTW's meeting for September 10th, 2024. Please be aware that we are recording this and to not have any side conversations. Jim Pittman is not here today, and we'll discuss that a little bit later, but I guess he has enough faith in me to fly solo today. So I appreciate everyone showing up here on time. Thank you very much. Do we have any new people here today? Feel free to unmute and introduce yourself.
James Jim, Executive Director, Arizona Pilots Association. I'm somewhat of a new member, haven't been around for a while.
Wonderful. Thank you, James. Anyone else?
Real quick, Ingrid Riley with Fly Eagle Sport out of Glendale. Super happy to be here for the meeting. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Welcome, Aiden. Great to have you here.
My name is Aaron Cremona. I'm a brand new CFI and double I, and hope to keep it that way. So glad to join you folks.
Awesome, Aaron. Thank you for joining us, and congratulations on those new certifications.
Thank you.
See a couple other unmuted if you wanted to chime in. Otherwise, we'll just keep on moving. Anyone else? All right, and as you know, for the agenda here, let me just pull that up. That the wings credit, you don't need to tell us anything. That you will get the attendance off the Zoom meeting here. But if it's a different email address than the one you used to get on here today, then just go ahead and send us a message on that. Let me show you our Facebook group. For those of you that are new here, you just go to Facebook and then, there we go. But Facebook, we have a private group, 575 members right now, and this is where you can catch all the latest news and other things that's important to what we do here. Yeah, so that's at Facebook and then AFTW by the looks of it. And then we also have the website. If I can get that, pardon me here. Is that showing up for you guys? I don't know if I have to share differently. Usually Jim takes this, so I'll just.
No, it's there.
Okay, all right, thank you. So here we are at the AFTW.org. Here you can find all sorts of great information, past meetings and minutes, safety topic of the month, both in PowerPoint and Word. Just a whole bunch of great information here, different procedures around the state. And then you can find out when the next meeting is or go back to previous meetings. So let me go back to this and just to let you know that not to worry, Jim is alive and well. Like I said, I'm flying solo today, so great instructor he is. He does need to step away from his involvement with the AFTW for the near future, but he is definitely going to be always involved and always on the AFTW bus. He just needs to take care of some other things for a while. So we could still use some help for 2025, and we'll talk a little bit more about that towards the end. Does anybody want to chime in about any local events coming up before our next meeting in November?
Yeah, don't forget about the Girls in Aviation meeting at Falcon. There's going to be a Falcon Field and Prescott, both on September 21st.
September 21st. And that was the Girls Aviation meeting, you said?
Girls in Aviation Day.
Awesome. Falcon and Prescott, September 21st. Got it.
Correct. FISDO's supporting both of those. And I believe that P50 is also supporting both, or NACPA at least.
Awesome. Thank you. Anybody else have anything going on around the state in the next couple months? Okay. Oh, we already went over to AFTW website, but let's go back to that as we've added stuff for the Tucson Ryan area. Excuse me here. There we go. And as you, like I said, you can go to aftw.org, practice areas, and then go down to Ryan Airport operations to check out the stuff we've done there. And we've moved the flight deck links to a dedicated page as well. And most of the stuff you're going to find is under the practice areas tab over here on the top right. And there's also a no maneuver zone PDF that we can check out there as well. Does anybody have any questions on that at all? Okay. We'll keep moving then to airports. Any safety or news or about your particular airport that others should know about right now?
Jim Tim, Arizona Pilots Association. The group should be aware that up at Cottonwood, they have had a presentation by Vector Airport Systems, and with the potential for introducing landing fees for non-based airplanes. Vector Airport Systems, they've made a presentation for most of the airports around here in central Arizona, and we think everybody should be aware that we don't want to have a situation like they have in Europe where wherever you go, you have to pay a landing fee. All we can say is everybody should try and get to know get into the political system in the airport where you operate a lot, and offer your assistance with any of the issues that may come up, and try and head off any program that is being proposed by Vector Airport Systems that would result in landing fees. They're using ADS-B input for capturing all the information on the airport or on the airplanes, and sending you the fees. I don't know if AFTW members are aware of this or not, but you can get a little bit of information off the Arizona Pilots Association latest newsletter out. But be aware of it, folks, and let's try and head it off at the pass before we wind up with fees at a lot of the airports we operate out of. End of comment.
Thank you, Jim. Yes, that's great information. I was not aware.
That's what we were afraid of, that the organization at large may not be aware of this issue. And it is a real one, and everybody does need to be aware and try and head it off. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else from Gateway or anywhere else that we've had some other things going on lately?
How do we get information input onto this document you have up now?
I am taking notes on another laptop, and we're also recording, so I'll double check, make sure that all my notes are within what everyone said as well. So,
Well,
or you can.
You've got El Turo here, glider operation.
Mhm.
Are you aware of the operation at Superior Municipal Airport?
I I did briefly hear something about that. Is that the with the winch launching?
Yes,
Or
sir.
okay. I believe we might have discussed that, but I definitely know about it myself. Would you like to enlighten everyone else about that may not know?
Well, it's a relatively new operation. Again, we're using a winch to launch and using a trainer, Schweitzer 233, and it is equipped with ADSB out. So we will show up on anybody with ForeFlight or anything flying in the area. And because the runway is relatively short, our launches with the winch are about 1,100 feet. But then we'll have, hopefully the glider will find some lift and be able to get a little more altitude. And I believe that's E81 is the Superior Airport, or 81E. I don't remember which way it is.
Okay, I'll double check that on. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Brad, we have talked quite a bit about the Superior launch and launch site, and we are definitely interested in getting more information out there. Fairfax has been working a lot with this group and with ASAG concerning the Superior launch site.
Correct.
So the more information we can get out, matter of fact, Craig and I right now are kind of having a sidebar conversation about how can we get more information out concerning these glider operations and where they're operating out of, and especially in their local areas. So if you have some ideas, please contact me or Craig. We're happy to work with you.
Great.
Thank you, Bradley and Ernie. Thank you. Before we go to airspace, were there any other airport issues or concerns or news that everyone should know about?
Yeah, so my name is Alex Mirabli. I'm in Gateway Airport. I don't know if everyone knows, but 12 Center and 30 Center is closed full length. It started around early August, and there's 3 phases, which all of them totaling up, it's about 70 something days. So they're limiting pattern work, and it's just pretty busy. That's for Gateway. Thank you.
Thank you. I heard center. Did you say left or right? On the other?
12 Center and 30 Center will be closed
Oh,
full length for the
okay.
entire duration.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right, last call for airports. Move on to airspace. Bradley had already mentioned a thing here at El Tiro. Is Chuck on today? If not, I'll read his message here. I don't see him. Okay, so that they tow gliders up to 6,000 feet, anywhere within a few miles. Airport code is AZ67. And gliders are variously equipped. Some have the ADSB or transponders, and transponders or ADSB in the tow planes. But all our aircraft gliders and tow planes and ground personnel have comm radios tuned to 123.5. Does anyone know of any other updates regarding glider operations there? Okay. Continue moving on to United Aviate out of Goodyear. Do we have any updates on them using their own sector names?
So yeah, I'm there. I'm a student there. We have these sectors, and we're supposed to. The procedure is that it's only a UAA. So anytime there's a non-participating aircraft, we use the standard distance and AFTW location.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Megan. And then new practice area frequencies. Lee, would you like to update us on that?
Yes, thank you, Gal. Hello, everyone. We continue to work. I think we've got it about figured out, a consensus. We realize that some airports have their own procedures for sharing communications about jump operations. CFR 105 requires the jump operator to report to TRACON or center if they're out of a TRACON area 5 minutes prior to a jump, and they also report 2 minutes prior. So our best practice would be to make sure you contact TRACON or center if you are near a jump operation to get the latest, so that we maintain safe separation from the parachutists. Thank you.
Thank you, Lee. Awesome. All right, let's go back to this. And we got all that. Thank you, Lee. So current projects that we need help with. Obviously, Jim has already spoke to us about the need for a 2025 host and other things. I volunteered at the beginning of this year, and it's been a great experience. So I would encourage anyone that's even thinking about it to help out this great organization, and Jim and everyone else that really puts a lot of effort into this, even outside of these bi-monthly meetings. Everyone just does an amazing amount of work to keep the skies over Arizona and everywhere else safe. So it'd be great experience if someone wants to help out and volunteer time and put some more effort and keep things going here if we can. I know we were talking about whatchamacallit, hosting the Zoom. I think we were talking about that through email earlier. Some have thought about donating, and we're also thinking about getting the funds from somewhere else for different accounts. Did anybody want to chime in on that before I move on?
Gal, this is Jim Tim again. Before we get away from airspace issues, there was one additional item that I wanted to bring before the group, make sure everybody was aware. This concerns the latest environmental impact statement that's been put forward by the Air Force. This environmental impact statement was presented to us a couple of years ago, but it's just been presented again, and it would probably impact a number of instructors, anybody that's flying under any of the MOAs that now exist in the state. What they are proposing doing, this environmental impact statement has been put forward. They're describing modifications to their MOAs, training routes. This would be in Arizona and New Mexico, but largely the MOAs in Arizona. The floors of all these MOAs are going to be lowered now to, according to this EIS, they would like to lower them to 100 feet AGL, and they would within these MOAs they want to lower their supersonic flights. Right now, I think they're up somewhere around 3,000 or 5,000 feet. They want to lower those down to about 3,000, if I'm not mistaken. And they want to start dropping chaff, and they want to lower their altitude. They will be dropping flares. This would really impact a lot of instructors that now perform a lot of their activity under the MOAs. They would, unless you're higher than 100 feet EJ above ground level, you would be within the MOA and you'd be subject to any Air Force activity that's going on in the MOA. You can probably get information of, well, you can get a lot of information off the September, the current APA newsletter, but there's one website, it's www.arizonaregionalairporteis.com. If you can go to that website, you can get a lot of information on what they're proposing, and the comment period will end October 9, and we certainly need to get all our comments put together and submitted by that deadline. And if you're not aware of it, I would suggest going to that website, and they're having hearings several places around the state, but you can get the presentation on that website, and minus any of the public input. And there is quite a bit of interest being displayed by the environmental people, particularly regarding the chaff and the flare dropping. But we do need to make sure that all instructors are aware of this EIS that's out there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim. Just to clarify, that was Arizona Regional Airport EIS.com. And what was the deadline to submit?
The deadline is October 9.
October 9. Great. Thank you very much.
So
Yes.
I put something in the chat. Thanks, Jim, for going over that. ASAG and AFTW members are welcome to sign up for a MOA or two and look at how these changes might affect going in or outbound from the airport, and how it might affect practice instrument approaches in particular.
Great.
Thank
I
you.
think
Lee is going to be following very carefully on the ASAG presentation on this, and she is a very knowledgeable person on the EIS.
Oh, thanks, Jim, and thanks for your continued work on this since it started. Carrie Grant did attend the public hearing and spoke on behalf of all of us. And the public hearing link is in the chat for those of you who might want to attend. Thank you.
Thank you, Lee. Go ahead, Jim.
You can get the presentation on this website that I listed. You won't get any, you'll just get the Air Force presentation minus any input from the public. But if you go to that website, it's in the APA newsletter, but get it off your notes here. It's www.arizonaregionalairporteis.com. It's all lowercase except Arizona Regional Airport. They are the first letter of each is capitalized and EIS is capitalized. All the rest is lowercase.
Excellent. Thank you both. All right. Before we keep moving here, did anybody have anything else that I may have gone too fast and flew by? Okay. And then we have the recommended procedures for practice instrument approaches in the Phoenix area. My notes here say nothing new since last meeting. Is that correct? Can anybody chime in on that? Silence is consensus, correct?
Well, the one of Tim and the APA again. the earlier comment about the airport landing fees, be aware, if this were to be implemented at Casa Grande, you would be charged for every single approach you would make. So it would impact you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Jim. You don't want that fee everywhere. And that was for Cottonwood, but could be anywhere. All right, let's go back to and the recommended procedures. We have a work in progress here. Let's see if it'll. Does anyone know if this is on the AFTW website? Or is it just in this document? Sorry, I didn't look at this beforehand, this part.
I thought it was just in the document, so that it just whoever was working on it. I mean, obviously you can get it from the meeting minutes previously, but that was my understanding, was it's not linked on the AFTW website.
Okay, thank you. So yes, this is still currently a work in progress, and we would love to have any input from any of you. Maybe we can post this on the Facebook page later for everyone, or I'll talk with Jim about that. And I already discussed about the volunteers for 2025, or no, this is a different project. Well, we could use everyone's help and input on everything that we do here. So please, just don't be shy and raise your hand and speak up if there's anything that you'd like to share or use your input with. And then you can also submit your feedback right here on the website, aftw.org, contact. And then we want to get better flight school representation at these meetings. Here's another link. I believe we don't want to put people's names in here without their permission. We'd rather have that actual person put their own name and information in here. But this document has all the various flight schools around the state with names, information, and other points of contact. I know we could use more from some of the Scottsdale schools and whatnot, and maybe one or two over at Falcon. Has everybody seen this? I hope.
Yes, for Chandler Flytime Aviation, I think it was line 25. I've been working with them. I'm actually attending for the safety director who could not, or I don't know what his title is. He's just doing the safety thing. Anyways, his name is Dylan Fisher, and he's going to be the point of contact, I believe, for Flytime.
DYLAN, DILLON.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then just common spelling for Fisher.
Yep.
Okay.
And what is his title? I think it's just safety. I don't know. Put safety.
Okay.
And his email address. Here, I'm just gonna put it in the chat. It's easier than trying to.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you.
Yep. And I have his phone number? I do have his phone number.
Okay, great. I'll update that
Okay.
here in a little bit. Just do this. Yeah, okay.
And then do you want the website for Flytime as well?
Yes, please.
All right. That's
There
in
we
there
go.
too.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And Kevin, I will put you in there as well.
And I'll be helping out with them as well. They're going to start doing some type of air tours. We're still working on that with the FSDO and getting all of our ducks in a row. but I will be helping out as well with Dylan at
Awesome.
fly time.
Great. Thank you. All right. Does anybody have anything else? Actually, there was something else that Jim had mentioned regarding a pilot brief and needing, let me pull up my notes on that. Sorry, one moment before we finish things here. That is everybody aware of the pilot brief, and that he just wanted to make sure that everybody went into that and made sure that it was correct and to review that? Or is that the same thing as the flight school thing, maybe? Sorry. All right.
I'm not familiar with the pilot brief.
Okay.
I've only done one previous meeting, so.
All right. Thank you. Sorry, I should have pulled that up prior to this. That's my fault. All right. Before we end things, Matt or anyone else, would you want to discuss how this project is going regarding the kind of a no maneuver zone? It's kind of somewhat east of Scottsdale Road and west of Alma School, maybe for Scottsdale approaches.
Yeah, it's going pretty well. We've seen quite a drop in traffic loitering in that area, so that's quite helpful. But we still see it. There's one school in particular I want to reach out to, and I'll talk to ASAG more about that. I don't think they've ever been on this call. But no, we are seeing improvements. So thank you, everybody.
Awesome. Thank you, Matt. And for those unfamiliar with this, you can find more information. Sorry, where am I at here? It is on the AFTW website under practice areas and no maneuver zone. Click there and you'll see more information on this. Does anybody have anything else that they would like to discuss before we close things out?
I would like to reiterate what Brian Rogo posted in the chat. We are coming up on the deadline for CFI of the year, AMT of the year, and Fast Team Rep of the year, as well as the deadline for Airport of the Year and ATC Communicator of the Year. We have till November 30th on the first three. The last two is local, so we have till December 31st on those, and those get submitted to Craig. But there's 31 people in here, of which most are CFIs or students. You're bound to like somebody enough to submit them for this prestigious award. Even if that somebody's yourself, submit that award. Let Craig and I know that you submitted the award, and we'll look for you at the end of the year. So please start now. It takes a while to put the package together. If you need any help with it, you can contact me or Craig or any of the reps.
Great. Thank you, Ernie. And sorry, Brian, that I missed that. Since I am solo, it's got about 5 different things here I'm trying to manage. So I apologize, Brian, for missing that part. Anybody else? Anybody else would like to chime in on anything before we close things out? All right. So as you see here, our next meeting will be November 12th, second Tuesday of every other month, odd months, at 4 p.m. And you can always reach us at the website through contact or even on the Facebook page as well. AFTW or Facebook/AFTW private group, and just answer a couple questions and we'll get you in there. Anyone have anything else? Otherwise, we'll conclude this meeting. And thank you all for coming. Truly appreciate it.
Thanks, Gal.
Thank you, everyone.
Oh, Aiden with Fly Eagle Sport here. Do you mind getting our contact information on that form? I noticed we didn't have ours on there. Do you mind doing that while we're on here on the meeting?
Yes, no problem at all. Let me get back to that.
Thank you. Yeah, I was going to check with you, but didn't want to spawn stuff in the meeting.
No, feel free to drop in. You were a Fly Eagle Sport, you said?
I'm at Fly Eagle Sport. Yes, I'm a flight instructor at Fly Eagle Sport. Don't put me down as the contact name. I'm just here filling in for our chief flight instructor and our owner who would be on this meeting. But if you want to put in for the email, I can just put that in the chat here, and then as well as the phone number too and our website. Does that work?
Yes, that works.
Okay, sounds good. I will do that right now. Thank you so much. I'm really excited to be a part of this group here.
Awesome. We were very happy to have you here. I'm glad you can make it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I'll send that stuff right now.
Great. Thank you.